Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat. Shabbat is the Sabbath. And what happened on Saturday of Holy Week? We saw all that and heard all that happened through that of Thursday when Jesus was betrayed by his friend Judas, started being tried, Friday, which led up to the crucifixion, including that of his death. But what happened on Holy Saturday? Well, let me tell you what happened on Holy Saturday. Absolutely nothing. You see, as we look at that, the Jewish custom and the Jewish ceremony, as all of the people had gathered for the Passover feast, was to celebrate the Sabbath. On the Sabbath, which began at sundown on Friday night every week, the sun went down much earlier. So what they did is the Sabbath was a reminder of the creation story. Turning back in Genesis chapter 1, we see that in 6 days, God created the heavens and the earth. And on the seventh day, the Saturday, he rested. And he did no work. You see, and as the nation of Israel was then established, from that of the Exodus, when Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, out of the slavery, out of bondage of slavery of the Egyptians, God gave them the laws, the 10 Commandments. And in Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 through 11, we read the fourth commandment. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor, and on the seventh day you shall do no work. You see, it's a day of rest. God had designed it that way, that we should work for 6 days, and on the seventh day there should be no work whatsoever. And when we look at this, what did they do? Well, on that Good Friday, after Jesus died on the cross, they took his body down from the cross, rushed his body into the borrowed tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, and waited until after the Sabbath to go back to perform the proper ceremonial burial. Now, Jesus recognized culture, and Jesus recognized what was necessary, and Jesus obeyed his Father's commands, and that command of the Sabbath. In fact, not even the resurrection took place during the Sabbath. On that period of time, Jesus Christ reminded in the midst of discussion earlier in his life in Matthew 5:17 through 21, he said, I didn't come to abolish the law, but to fulfill the law. And so in looking at this, Jesus, being a Jew, fulfilled the law of resting on the Sabbath. That's where we see the miracle of the Shabbat, or shall we say the Sabbath, a day of rest. An opportunity to gather together to remember and to be reminded of what is yet to come. Take this day. Take this day to rest. Take this day to bask in God's glory, to bask in God's presence. The word shalom, as you heard me say at the beginning of this talk, is peace. May you be reminded of God's peace as we celebrate the Shabbat. Happy Sabbath. God bless. See you tomorrow.